Very good morning, students. Today we are moving to next topic, that wildlife. Like its flora, India is also rich in its fauna. It has approximately 90,000 animal species. The country has about 2,000 species of birds, and they constitute 30% of the world's total. There are 2,546 species of fish, which account for nearly 12% of the world's stock. It also shares between 5 and 8% of the world's amphibious and reptiles and the mammals. The elephants are the most majestic animal among the mammals. They are found in the hot, wet forest of Assam, Karnataka, and Kerala. One-horned rhinoceros are another animal which lives in swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. Arid areas of Run of Kutch and Thar Desert are the habitat for wild ass, camel respectively. Indian bison, nilgai, blue bull, and chausinga, four-horned antelope, gazelle, and different species of deer are some other animals found in India. It also has several species of monkeys. Means if you are going to our forest area or the dryland forest, or it is evergreen forest, we can find out many different types of animals, and one-horned rhinoceros, that is we are finding out only in India. Then Wildlife Protection Act was implemented in 1972 in India. India is the only country in the world has both tigers and lions. So, which one is our national animal? That is Bengal tiger, royal tiger, or tiger we used to say. And only country in the world we can see tiger and lion in the same country. And where it is we are used to see, that is lions we are seeing in the Gujarat forest, and tigers we are finding out in the western some parts of Western Ghats, as well as we can find out that one in the West Bengal and Assam area. Okay. Then the natural habitat of the Indian lions is the Gir forest in Gujarat. Please underline. Tigers are found in the forest of Madhya Pradesh and Sundarbans of West Bengal and Himalayan region. Leopards too are members of cat family. They are important among animals of prey. So the Gir forest is the last remaining habitat of the Asiatic lion. In Asian continent, that particular type of lion we are seeing only in the Gir forest of Gujarat. Then the Himalaya harbor a hardy range of animals which survive in extreme cold. Ladakh freezing high altitude are a home to yak and shaggy horned wild ox weighing about 1 ton. The Tibetan antelope and the barrel, a blue sheep, wild sheep, and the Kiang Tibetan wild ass. Furthermore, the ibex, bear, snow leopard, and the rare red panda are found in the certain pockets. Means even in the Himalaya, in the snow falling area, also we can find out the different animal which is we can't find out in the south Western Ghat or Eastern Ghat, like that. In the rivers, lakes, and the coastal areas, turtles, crocodiles, gazelles are found. The latter in the only representative of variety of crocodiles found in the world today. Birds' life in India is colorful. Peacocks, peasants, ducks, parakeets, cranes, and pigeons are some of the birds inhabiting in the forest and the wetlands of the country. We have selected our crops for the biodiverse environment, that is from rivers of preserve of edible plants. We also experimented and selected many medicinal plants. The animals were selected from large stock provided by natural as milk animals. They also provided us drought power, transportation, meat and egg purpose. Then now we are discussing about the uses of animals or these birds, and we are using for different purpose. Transportation purpose, and we are using the flesh of the animals and even egg and milk like that. The fish provides nutritive food. Many insects help in pollination of crops and fruit trees and exerting biological control as such. Insects is harmful. Even the insects are harmful, but it is helping for pollination. And without honeybees, we can't think about the life on earth, because the pollination of the plants, it is happening maximum with the help of honeybees, and other insects also helping, but honeybees especially, because they want to search. Without that honey they can't live, nectar they can't live, so they will go from one flower to another flower. They are helping for pollination. That's why we are producing agricultural product. We are getting our good harvest also. Hence conservation is essential, as have seen mentioned earlier. Due to excessive exploitation of plants and animal resources by human being, the ecosystem has been disturbed. We are misusing or overusing even plant life as well as the animal life. That's why what is happening, disturbance in the ecosystem. And about 1300 plant species are endangered, and means that going to vanish from earth, and 20 species are extinct, that already over, there nothing we can't see like that. Quite a few animal species also endangered, and some have become extinct. The main causes for the major threat to the nature as hunting by greedy hunters for commercial purpose. Why we are facing these problems, endangered and extinct? Because we are greedy and we are hunting for, if it is plant life also, we are misusing that one, overusing. We are not a responsible producer as well as responsible consumer. In which class you studied this first? Responsible consumer and responsible producer. We studied that one in 7th standard. So that time, if we want to learn the life skill, how we should be responsible of our using as well as our production, we never done. And that same condition, it is going by our parents generation or grandparents generation. So now what we want to do, we want to learn that one, how we should be a responsible consumer as well as responsible producer. So that is the life skill what we want to learn. So we want to avoid or stop our greedy thinking. Instead of that, we want to try to get use or produce in responsible way. Pollution due to the chemical and industrial waste, acid deposits, introduction of alien species, and reckless cutting of the forest to bring land under cultivation and habitation are also responsible for imbalance. Not only greedy use means directly there for the commercial purpose, or for other purpose also, other types of commercial purpose like that, starting of industry and other things, that also polluting the air or the sand, soil and water, that also making imbalance in the ecosystem. To protect the flora and fauna of the country, the government has taken many steps. First one, 18 biosphere reserve has been set up in the country to protect flora and fauna. 10 out of these, the Sundarbans, Nanda Devi, the Gulf of Myanmar, the Nilagiri, Nokrek, Great Nicobar, Mamans, Simlipal, Panjamahari and Anjana Kumar, Amarakhand have been induced in the World Network Biosphere Reserve. Means in the map it is given that one, the wildlife sanctuary, their wild sanctuary and national park. In this we can see that one, government is keeping some areas for the purpose of keeping the animals safely. So we can see in the map very clearly where it is we kept for wildlife sanctuary, where there is some particular animal is living according to that. Then next one, bird sanctuary. why there we are getting the bird species are permanently living there, or some of the species is coming in some particular climate time. Then national park, it is we can go and visit with the help of with the permission of this particular department, we can go and visit them, but it is risky, and will be some guides. With the help of that guides we can go and visit. Okay, next thing it is given. Okay, financial and technical assistance in provided to many botanical gardens by government since 1992. Government is providing technical as well as financial help. Technical as well as financial help to some of the botanical garden from which year? 1992. Then Project Tiger, Project Rhino, Project Great Indian Bustards and many other eco-developed projects have been introduced. Which animals are endangered or extinct? For that particular animals we are keeping some special projects. The next one, 103 national parks, 535 wildlife sanctuaries and zoological garden are set up to take care of the natural heritage. What is the intention of making the national park or the bird sanctuaries or animal park like that? That to protect them, and they to give their natural habitat as it is, or natural heritage. All of us must realize the importance of the ecosystem of our own survival. It is possible if indiscriminate destruction of natural environment is put to an immediate end. So we are responsible, we should be responsible when we are using something that is what we are saying like that, as a commercial consumer we are using, or as a responsible consumer we are using. So we want to learn a lesson in our life or a skill in our life. Be responsible whenever we are using something, or whenever we are rejecting something, or whenever we are producing something. If we are collecting all the food items in a different plastic bags and burning it, it is going to affect the nature. And at the same time we are using social medias or mass medias nowadays, and with the help of these towers, what is happening? It is transmitting the radio active activity, and what is happening? The birds, they are getting bad effect of it. So what we should do? We should be responsible user, and what we studied, what we should learned by 7th standard itself. If we are go back to 7th standard once again as a small kid, and make ourselves to be more responsible to in our use as well as our production. Okay, we will continue in next video.